Hello, I am the PC Expert Amateur, and this time we're going to take a look at a Fantex fan. It's one of the newer fans from Fantex, and it's called the SK PWM DRGB 120. Something like that, anyways, or PH F120 SK DRGB. Either way, it isn't marked on the fan. So if you don't have the box, like I got these from somebody else, and they weren't going to work on the case that I was going to use them for my niece, because I didn't have a controller for them. My 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 relative, my in-law relative, via my sister, uh, he had already installed them in the case. Didn't send the controller that I would assume he might have had, but he never mentioned, so maybe he never had it. Anyways, it uses SMJSTs for the RGB or ARGB, sorry, and it also has, of course, PWM. And this is what the fan looks like. And you can see that it's got both kind of a minimal quarter cushion around the hole, and then actually the hole is also lined with some, well, maybe it's not lined with something. Kind of looked like it was lined. I was getting my hopes up. Nope, it's not lined with anything. So it's just a very minimal hole. Uh, well, not a hole. I shouldn't say hole. A minimal gasket around the hole that's held there with adhesive of some kind. You have to mount that yourself. And so it's a very simple design, and these are really only suitable for cases. I wouldn't use them on a radiator at all, and I would not use them on anything but a thin heatsink, because anything more than that is going to be problematic since it doesn't even have 1 millimeter aqua of static pressure. So, yeah, that is unfortunate, but everybody makes their own decisions as far as what they're going to do, and unfortunately, sometimes they put out a product that relies more on the prettiness than it does on, well, the needs of customers, or maybe they just designed this specifically to be a case fan, although you can't tell that from the website necessarily. All right, so to carry on here, we're going to take a look at the lighting of this, which is going to be a little bit challenging because the cords are of limited length. Oh, but nope, I can do it. I can do it, said Thomas the Train. All right, but it's not working. Well, that's peculiar. It worked a moment ago, and now it's not. Okay, I plugged it into something a little bit a different connector, which was not so close, and it worked. So it should be working when I plug it in again. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Not bad. Not amazing, but not bad. All the LEDs are in the middle. I'm going to unplug this so we can listen to the sound, because there's just not enough distance. Because, yeah. All right, here we go. We're going to do the sound comparison with the Noctua NFA 12x25. So let's get started. Got the fan pointed away from the microphone. And this one does have a high starting point, so I'm going to have to jack this up pretty high before it'll actually move. And wow, yeah, kind of tired. I had to put it all the way to maximum. Now let's go ahead and I'm going to turn it down. I'm not sure if it's still moving of its own volition or just winding down. I think it's still moving of its own volition. I've got this down really low. It has a minimum of, I believe, 4. volts. And I'm probably getting really close to that right now. So we'll just stop right there and can barely hear it. So at low RPMs, it's really good. There's a little bit of a mid-range whine. I am going to try to get a spectral analysis program. I know a guy at work who's an audiovisual engineer, and he said there's a free one out there that's really pretty good. So I'm going to try to include spectral analysis in my sound testing. Yeah, that's a mid-range. It's getting louder and a bit higher. And that's maximum RPMs. All right, now let's add in the Noctua. Woo! My fingers. Good thing this is not a powerful fan. Not by any stretch of the imagination. It's only appropriate to be used as a case fan. It will not work as a radiator fan at all, and it probably will not do very well on anything but a thinner heatsink. Fantex is starting to already approach the maximum sound level of this fan. Sorry, the Noctua is approaching. It's overtaken the maximum decibels of the Fantex. Yeah, oh wow. So much louder than this Fantex. Gotta turn off the Fantex. And the Noctua. Well, this is one where the Noctua definitely doesn't stand a chance in terms of noise. But in terms of airflow and static pressure, the Noctua definitely wins. It's way more powerful. Yeah. So now you have a sense of what the fan sounds like versus the Noctua NF812 by 25. And before we move to the statistical section, I very briefly, I'm not going to draw it out like the other videos. Please help me to grow this channel. Please like, subscribe, and share so that I can turn this into a wonderful resource for consumers. Thanks. Okay, so it's the SK PWM DRGB fan, or sorry, SK120 DRGB, PWM DRGB fan, otherwise known as the PH-F120 SK-DRGB. And I got these from somebody else. They were supposed to be for my niece's computer that I'm building. Unfortunately, I don't have a fan connector for them, so I had to get different fans to use. And then there, let's see, we've got black frame and white blades. I have 5 of them. And it's got certifications from CE and ROHS. It's made in China, 120 by 25 measurements. Lifespan of only 40,000 hours, which is pretty sad for a hydraulic bearing. 2-year warranty, however. DRGB LEDs, which is basically a form of ARGB. 130 weight versus the Noctua, which is 200 and has 150,000 hours at least, and a 6-year warranty. 9 blades, which is the same as the Noctua. 105 millimeter distance between mounting holes. 500 to 1500 RPMs, 10% variance. And the airflow is only 50, which is less than half of the Noctua. The static pressure is only 0.96 millimeters of water, which is like, I don't know, like, what is that, a third, a quarter of the Noctua. And then the maximum noise is 27, which I would say this is actually an exaggeration negatively for them. So I'm marking that as a green because it's too high. The power cable is 57.5 centimeters, although they listed as 55 centimeters on the website. It can't be daisy chained, and it is not sleeved. The ARGB cable is 31 centimeters long. It can be daisy chained. It is not sleeved. The power cable has a PWM plug. The LED cable has SMJST connectors. It is a hydraulic or HDB, 12 volts, a minimum of 4, maximum of 13, and you have to get all the way up to 12 to get it to start up, apparently. It doesn't like to start up otherwise. I don't know what the watts or amps are because they didn't state that. Don't have any information on the LEDs other than that, of course, it's 5 volts. There are indicators for rotation and flow. It's a clockwise rotating fan. It has, I'm assuming, 4 screws that come with it. Since I got it secondhand, that's my assumption, and it shows them on the website. It has also got corner cushions. They're very minimal, as you saw. And that seems to be all there is that comes with this. So,
Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.